good, YouTube? It's your boy Bonnie coming back at y'all with another YouTube video. And today, let's get straight into the video, man. I want to tell y'all about the best ways to preserve your wealth, even if you stop making money. But we're not going to stop making money no time soon. We're entrepreneurs. We live below our means. That's the first thing you got to do, man. The fastest way to lose your wealth is lifestyle inflation. Just because you make more doesn't mean you should be spending more, or you should be out doing stuff, that you shouldn't be doing. Keep your expenses lower than your income. I say, wait two raises, two times that you make more money before you start spending a little bit extra. So not that first raise that you get, still live at the same means, but then that next raise, then you can raise up a little bit. You feel me? Keep an emergency fund. Everybody needs an emergency fund. Especially in this day and age, man, our cars, they go down like flies. Every time you think you're in a safe zone, your car is going to do you dirty. So just have that 6 to 12 month, living expense of cash that's flowing. Don't forget to keep making money. Every time that you don't have an emergency fund and something happens, this prevents you from, selling investments or going into debt when these life things happen. Like, if you have that expense, you won't go into debt. You won't need to sell, things of your, items of yours. You can start investing in stuff. And that's where I come in with the third thing, man. Invest for the long term. Don't let your money sit idling. We like to take off, It might be slow, but at least we're doing something. At least we're making progress towards something. You feel me? So invest in assets that historically have grown over time. A Roth IRA will make you a millionaire if you start in your 20s. No matter if you're 20 or 29, you might, if you start at 20, you might have 4 million. If you start at 29, you might have 3 million. But you're still a millionaire regardless. I say the earlier you can get into a Roth IRA, the better. Now, a lot of people don't like to know where to start. If you want to know where to start, just DM me. Text me on Instagram. All that stuff is linked down below. I'm available. I can help you. I got an investment account on Fidelity. I can help you too. Diversify your assets. Don't just keep all your wealth in one place. See, like a lot of people like to put all their savings into an investment account. No, not every single penny. Maybe try a high yield savings account. That's an asset, low key. It's a little bit every month, but if you got $10,000 there, you get an extra $40 a month. It's pretty nice, just for free. Just for having the $10,000 in that savings account, you get an extra $40 a month. So don't sleep on the little things, man. Spread it across all different types of investments. So bad ones even out. Even if this one's doing bad, this one might be doing good, you're even, And what if they're both doing good, you feel me? So, avoid bad debt. We all know the bad debt. Credit cards, cut out the credit cards. You need one credit card, and if you max that out, don't get another one. You're good. High interest loans. Don't go to the bank saying I need a loan. They're gonna tax you. You might pay just as much in interest as you paid for the loan. You feel me? So don't do that, and then don't get a car. Don't get a high interest car. If you got a good credit score and you got enough down payment, go ahead and get you a little something light. But if you're paying over, if you're paying over $320 a month for your car for just to finance it, that's a no-go. We don't do that. Don't avoid that. That's bad debt. That's super bad debt. If you have a credit card, pay it off. Avoid the financial things that don't increase your value. You feel me? Like, there's good debt and there's bad debt. Those three things that I just named are some of the bad debt. Protect with what you built. Get the right insurance, whether that's home insurance, health insurance, life insurance, auto insurance. Hey, if you're driving around without auto insurance, you need to get that. It's going to save you in the long run. If anything happens, just get it. So one expected event doesn't erase all your hard work that you've done. Continue learning about money. That's all I want to teach you. That's all I want to do is continue to learn about money, how to grow, how to get more money. We really think that we can't do something until we actually sit down and do it and achieve that. So if you feel like you got a goal, a money goal, go for it. What's the worst that can happen? You're stuck in the same place because you can't go down. You can't go down. You're just going to be stuck in that same place. Make sure you continue to learn about the money, learn about taxes, learn about tax write-offs, learn about investing, learn about personal finance. The better you do these things, the more finances or the more wealth you'll have in the end. Stay away from the lifestyle creep. Make sure more money doesn't automatically mean you should buy a bigger house or a more expensive car or a more expensive apartment or, start splurging on everybody else. Wealth grows when income rises faster than your spending. So if you're not spending anything, how can anybody say you're broke? If every time you get paid, you put $1,000 to the side and only, say you make $1,600 every time you get paid, you put $1,000 to the side, you got $600 to work with. Some people can make $600 shake every 2 weeks. So why can't you make something shake if you're getting paid $1,600? So just those little things, continue to stay away from that lifestyle creep. Think generationally. Every day when I wake up, I'm thinking about my future. What do I see in my future? Do I see a life where I'm still working the 9 to 5 when I'm 38 years old? I don't see that. I don't see, 38 years old is 15 years from now. I hope in 15 years, I am able to achieve every single one of my dreams, and I hope you are too. And that's why we make these videos. That's why we do these types of programs, because I think about my generation. What can I bring to the table for my generation? I'm early into the Gen Zs. Like, I'm a 2002 baby. I want to see what I can bring to the table to influence, the younger generations, and then to show the older generations, Gen Z is one of the best. We can get it done even in a failing economy, because this economy is failing. I just want to show you guys that, we can do it. All you got to do is create a plan for your money, have beneficiaries updated, consider a will, and think about how your wealth can benefit your family long term. If you don't know what any of that beneficiary or will is, look into it. At my age, I'd say I really wouldn't do too much. But if you're almost 30, yeah, definitely look into it. If you're 27 and above, I say look into it. Let time do the heavy lifting. The biggest mistake people make is constantly chasing the next big thing. Patience and consistency usually outperforms trying to get rich quickly. So if you feel like you can just get rich tomorrow, or you're trying to do a get rich quick scheme, you're SOL. Like, it's not gonna happen, man. If you see a big person, they might have some type of luck, but 9 times out of 10, they worked hard for where they're at in life. They're not just getting hand-me-downs. Nah, they worked. They made sure they were on time. They made sure they showed up day in and day out, and that's including the weekends. Show up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Man, make sure you just keep working towards your next goals. But remember, you can be patient and have consistency and still be working towards your goals. Be humble. Don't never forget where you're coming from, because at the end of the day, we want to be rich. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to preserve our wealth and then spend our wealth, when we're actually rich. So let me go through those 10 things that I just talked about. If you didn't know, that was 10 things that I just talked about. 1, live below your means. 2, keep an emergency fund. 3, invest for the long term. 4, diversify your assets. 5, avoid bad debt. I want to emphasize that, because a lot of people young get that bad debt and then they just think it's going to disappear when they get older. And they're not even going to realize, like, oh, I still got this debt. Avoid it. If you don't know what you want to do in school, don't go to school. I say that's one of my biggest mistakes that I ever made, is going to school and I don't really know what I want to do at school. And right now, if I went back to school, I would definitely be in accounting, but I was in business. Why was I in business? I wasn't even interested in business. I was just interested in accounting. So make sure if you go to school, know what you're going to school, so you don't have bad debt. It's good debt, because right now that's bad debt. I don't even have a degree because I dropped out and I got 3 years of college. That's bad debt. Protect what you built. Get the right insurance. Like I said, continue learning about money is number 7. Number 8 is stay away from that lifestyle creep. We all, due to seeing social media every single day, we see somebody that's popping out with a new outfit, popping out with a new car, popping out with a new house every single week. Don't give in, man. You know what timeline you're on. Stick to your timeline. Think generationally is number 9, and let time do the heavy lifting. Time is our most valued asset that we have. Make sure you don't waste your time doing something that you don't want to do. But all right, those are the 10 things, man, to preserve your money. If y'all like the video, man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man. And I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace.